What's up, Rangers? Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today we're going to be going over the SH MonsterArts Godzilla King of the Monsters Burning Godzilla 2019.
Isn't this Aaron's Cheetozilla?
No, remember I had to give that to him. He paid for it.
But I thought he just shipped it back to us with a fancy box so we can review
Right,
it.
he just made a new
Just
packaging.
want to give views.
I wish. One thing different between the one I made and this one is that
Yours is better? Oh!
you know, I'm not gonna lie, which is sad because I used a bootleg. But anyway, we want to get people to watch the video. We can't spoil things. I don't think it's that bad. Anyways, main difference is this has translucent plastic. They use darker colors. Mine's a little bit brighter because I was trying to make it like
Illuminate?
well, that like under a black light it brights up. That, and for me, I think it would have been in normal lighting actually brighter. Well, the darker colors replicate the movie a little better.
Yeah. He does look more movie accurate. Yours looks more like camera accurate.
Yeah, so it's like tomato. But anyways, main reason I got this is because this is actually like a version you see of him in the film. So I feel like I needed to get it. Unlike the Comic-Con blue one, which was just like cool, but not
It's
really
chilling
necessary.
right next to me.
Yeah, again, he's probably going to be going for sale sometime whenever I sit down and actually put some things up. But I'll probably hand him to him because, again, was a version you saw in the film. It's kind of like why I need the poster version. But sadly, still haven't gotten a hold of that one yet. But anyways, we're just going to get to it. So without further ado, for the packaging, get a nice image of the figure that you see in the package. Don't actually see the figure here, but it's nice. I kind of wish there was more going on with the background, though.
I do feel like it's a little lackluster compared to some of the other ones we've seen.
Yeah, especially because he's like faded. Like it's like almost like foggy on the packaging. It has like a red fog over the front, but you get the burning Godzilla, the Tamashi stamp.
I feel like for some odd reason he's like steaming, you know?
Yeah, sort of. Like it would have been nice if like maybe a little bit more like on fire. Maybe have it like sort of like have like the Mothra flames or something in the background. On this side is another image of Godzilla. Back of the bag is just him in some poses, some Liga Mumbo Jumbos, more Liga Mumbo Jumbo on the bottom, and then let's get him open up out of his cardboard prison. All right, so now we got to open up out of his cardboard prison. First and foremost, we're going to start with his accessories. Where's his accessories, Arnes?
Well, okay. All right. Let me ask, why doesn't his mouth close? I thought it's like you can put a beam in there. Where's the beam at?
Okay. Joke over. He has no accessories. Which, okay, makes sense for the movie because
No, he don't. He needs to come with like the pulsing thing where you hook it up and he's just like in a big ball of pulse of
I'm not going to argue with you. I do think it probably should have had even just like they make a flame effect. Give him the fudging flame effect, right? Like it's not even like you had to make a new mold. Just give him the flame effects. You can put them around him. Bada bing, bada boom. We're good. No, I got to pay the same price for this figure as the other Godzillas that come with a beam effect.
Yeah.
And then, as Arnes pointed, his jaw don't close. Which we'll get into here in a second.
Well, like before we started messing with this, I was like, I honestly thought it doesn't close because you put a beam in there.
No. Which, again, makes sense because he didn't shoot a beam in the movie. But it's just like, for value, it kind of sucks that, like, this is the one that doesn't come with anything.
Yeah.
The fourth version of this figure we've gotten, and it doesn't come with anything.
But the thing is, though, Steve, you need to make $20 on each one of these figures that they sell because this was your idea.
Anyways, I wish I got like a little fee. Anyways, we'll get into his closer details here. All right, so for starters, he is yellow and orange and some reds. A little bit of black sears in there. You can definitely tell on the spine region here, it's a lot of the brighter yellow coloring with some orange dry brushing. And well, it's not really a dry brush. It's kind of like they did a wash over top and the orange plastic's coming through. The way it looks to me. Because you can definitely see it right here.
I can tell the difference. There's like a little bit difference, but not, I don't know.
Because you see like the darker reds here in certain areas. We'll start with the head. Because you see for the eyes, they're done with the yellow paint job, which looks really nice. Same for the tongue here. It's got a little yellow in the middle. There's some darker coloring for the brow, the nose, for the tongue region here. So, as you can see, the front of the head, fairly dark color, kind of harkens back to the film. And then the underbody here has a lot of those darker reds and blacks over top of it for the dry brushing. Same with the top of the shoulders here. You can see a lot of it. Underneath is a lot more reds, which kind of bothers me. Because the way the color transitions is super harsh on the arms for me. You can definitely tell here on the forearms too.
I feel like there isn't a lot of color variance, but when you start breaking it down, there actually is a lot more than just, orange and yellow and red.
Yeah, and I think my problem with a lot of this color variance is it's very all over the place.
Yeah.
For the dry brushing. Because you'll see here it's super bright on the shoulder area. But then you just go slightly past the shoulder. This section is darker.
Yeah.
So this section of the articulated joint is missing all of this detail, which I think should have been transitioning. Because it's missing here, but yet you have it on these sections here. So it's like they skipped out on a certain part. Because even on this side, it's missing it too. But then again, you get darker sections, darker section, darker section. It's the same with the legs. This leg is super dark, looks nice. It has that movie look. This side, it's a lot lighter, which is odd to me.
I feel like each section got painted by a different person. That's what it looks like.
Kind of just on the assembly line, each people were responsible. Because even here, it's darker over here. Over here, it's brighter. And to me, I think it should be a little bit more consistent, especially if we're trying to go with the movie look. The actual film look. From the front, with him being darker, that's how he was in the movie. And I think it should have transitioned to a lot of this other section too. Because the only parts that really should be bright is the spine region. Because that's where you saw the pulsing and the flames coming out of.
Yeah.
And that makes much more sense to me. But it's definitely all over the place. Because you can even see the tail here too. The way that the detailing is done is definitely a lot different than the rest of the body here. Because the way the scaling on the tail is, it is different. So I do get that part. But it would have been nice to see maybe a little bit more of the yellows sporadically throughout the tail here too. Because it's really dark for this section. But the way the color transition though is, it definitely is something more I would have liked to see for the rest of this though too.
I don't know. I see there's a couple of issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not horrendous or anything. Because even the tail section, the underbody looks really nice too. And again, I really actually like the way the spines was. I just kind of wish that they would have maybe spent a little bit more time shading some of these sections in a little bit better with the dry brushing. Because for me, this side is pretty good. Could have maybe been a little bit darker in certain sections along here. This side, he's definitely a lot brighter. And especially you see the harsh contrast at the knees and the tails and the arms. And that I'm not a big fan of. But anyways, moving on to his articulation. Head can
enough about bitching.
about that far. Articulation wise, he's actually really solid. If you bought one of these or seen any of the videos, he has a lot of posability. There is some gapping issues, but you can move the sections of the neck, for instance, to get it to move.
A lot better than some of the previous ones we had.
Yeah, well, it's just typical ball joint figure problems. Certain poses are going to look a little bit better than others because you can get them bend down about that far, rear up about that far. It's got a bit of a wiggle to them. You can rotate them a little bit. Arms can go forward really far, actually. Same with back. Get a really nice back motion. It's got a bend at the elbows. You also rotate at the top, rotate at the elbows, rotate at the hands. They're on a hinge, so you can get them forward and back. Same with the legs. You can go out really far, inwards about that far. Really nice forward kick.
He's an
decent
SH.
back, really nice back kick. Nice bend at the knees. A little bit of rotation at the top of the thigh. Rotate at the feet and then go forward and back. There's also an extra joint here as well for reasons. And then the tail holds its pose nicely. And pretty much just get it to move however you want. It does pop off if you take it too far though. So just be forewarned on that. Now, my only issue with the articulation here, and we pointed it out in the video, is that his mouth really doesn't like the close. Forcing it, I can get it about here. And if I get it to where it's pretty much closed, it pops off. And I think, looking at it, I feel like this jaw is actually a little bigger than on some of the other ones. Looking at it. Here, you want to hear me that blue Godzilla?
Right behind you on this side, coming in.
I don't know if it's the best way to show it off, but the way it's sitting around the neck region, it definitely looks a little larger to me on the Burning Godzilla than it does on the blue one. And that might just be because of the paint they used or whatnot, or maybe the plastic, maybe it expanded too much there. But talking to some of our Patreons and stuff, it's definitely not just a problem that mine's had. And for some quick comparisons here, we have the Burning Godzilla 2019 from Godzilla King of the Monsters compared next to some other MonsterArts Godzilla King of the Monsters figures with King Ghidorah and the event exclusive. Hey, here's some other orange Godzilla figures with the NECA Godzilla King of the Monsters, Burning Godzilla, and the SH MonsterArts Exploding Godzilla from San Diego Comic-Con. Hey, here's some Trendmaster figures with Godzilla and Gamera. Hey, here's some random figures in my collection with the Jazzwares Master Chief from the Spartan collection, anyways, and the T-800 from the original Terminator. And for some giggles, here is some custom figures in my collection with the 1/6 scale Guyver from Guyver the Dark Hero and the Gal-inspired metal insect shark thing. I want to call it Spider Shark, but only has 4 legs, so that doesn't make much sense. So overall for the SH MonsterArts Burning Godzilla 2019, he's okay.
I don't know. Like I said it before we started this video, I feel like, and I don't hate saying this, but it's like, I feel like you did a way better job.
I personally like the way ours turned out a little bit, and to be honest, I almost kind of like the NECA more. Which we're going to have to do a collectible wars of that, because it's a thing, we might as well. Gotta do a Power Ranger one too at some point. But anyways, but I feel like the color variety, like the way the color was way more uniformed.
Yeah.
And I like it more. Granted, again, it's like the same issue with this one. I don't think it's quite the way it was in the movie, but it's close enough. And I think this one, in certain sections, it looks really awesome, and I think they did a good job. But certain other sections, I feel like it didn't get quite the love that it needed to. So if you have the NECA, I don't think this really replaces it.
No, it doesn't.
Which, for the price, kind of sucks. There's also a reason why these things were just recently on sale for $55.
Yeah.
I seen from Bluefin that distributes these things. So if you're wanting one Godzilla 2019 MonsterArts figure for your collection, I don't think this is the one you want.
Oh God, no.
Like, you're gonna want probably the regular one, or I would say the best one's probably the poster, if you can get the poster version, because it has the blue spines and everything, and it's kind of the look you want. While this one, it's more for like the completionist.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, like the only reason I mainly picked it up is just because he looked like this in the movie, and I buy pretty much all the MonsterArts, so kind of needed it. But for like your average collector, it's definitely one you could probably skip out on. And this is where the comment section blows up at us.
You know what? They can blow up. We're just being honest about it. It's not. If you can get it for $50 right now,
yeah, 50. I'm more inclined to like 50, 55 before shipping. I think it's great. Like 80, 90 without stuff that came with it. I can't condone that one.
At that point, you just get the NECA.
Yeah, like NECA, like $25, you're golden.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is NECA was an exclusive. This wasn't.
That is true.
I think that's the only hindrance. Or you can just buy a bootleg and then repaint the bootleg. There's that video here too. But anyways, what do you guys think? If you guys picked up this figure, what's your favorite Burning Godzilla figure? Is X Plus just more thing? Please let us know in the comments. We also have Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, Facebook. Guys like to keep up to date with the channel and donate. We greatly appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a Ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.